It all started on a cold autumn morning in a quiet countryside village. The sun barely touched the misty fields when young Daniel stood at the doorstep, tears burning his eyes. His voice cracked as he shouted, "You lied to me, Mom! My whole life is a lie!" And Suzanne? She just stood there, silent, eyes filled with pain, hands trembling. That was the day everything fell apart. For years, Suzanne had carried a secret in her heart, one that stole her sleep and tightened her chest each time Daniel asked about his father. In their little wooden house at the edge of the cornfields, she raised him alone, spinning simple stories about love, loss, and a father who'd gone too soon. The truth, however, was much heavier. Suzanne worked from dawn to dusk, sewing, tending the chickens, and helping neighbors with their crops. Everyone in the village admired her strength, especially old Mr. Elias, a retired school teacher who had become like a father to her. "You're doing right by that boy," he used to say, handing her fresh tomatoes from his garden. But he never asked questions. No one did. Daniel grew up curious, kind-hearted, and full of dreams. But as he entered his 20s, the questions grew louder inside him. One day, by accident, he overheard two women at the village market whispering something about a man in prison, a name, a date, a woman left alone. That night, he confronted Suzanne. Her face paled. She tried to breathe, but the words wouldn't come. Eventually, she told him the truth. His father had been a violent man. One drunken night, things got out of control. Suzanne defended herself, and in doing so, nearly lost everything. But instead of letting Daniel grow up with shame or pain, she chose silence. She wanted him to be free, to believe in goodness, to carry no weight that wasn't his. Daniel didn't understand. Rage filled his chest. "You lied! You made me believe I came from something pure!" He stormed off, disappearing for weeks, his heart torn between anger and confusion. It was only after a long conversation with Mr. Elias, now even older, sitting on his wooden bench, pipe in hand, that Daniel began to see things differently. The old man looked him in the eye and said, "Son, sometimes love ain't about telling the truth. It's about carrying the burden so others don't have to. Your mama did that for you, not to hurt you, but to let you grow strong." Those words echoed in Daniel's mind as he walked back to that little house near the cornfields. He found Suzanne sitting on the porch, knitting like she always did when her heart was heavy. Tears welled up in her eyes the moment she saw him. He knelt before her. "I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't understand, but now I do." They hugged, long, tight, like two souls stitching themselves back together. Sometimes the truth comes with pain, but in that pain, we find healing. Because a mother's love isn't always easy to understand, but it's always real. If this story touched your heart, don't stop here. There are many more stories waiting, each one a lesson, a reflection, a step forward. Watch the next one, learn, grow, and never stop believing in the power of love.